Let's see what all comes inside of this box here. Bag number 1 has a power cord. Bag number 2 has the power brick, which converts the AC to DC. Bag number 3, this is a car charger, so you can plug that up to your cigarette lighter and that will go to the unit. Let's take a tour around this product real quick. So up here on this side, you have the DC out. It's a 12 volt, 10 amp. So you can pop that open and use the cigarette lighter. It also has a barrel plug right here. And to turn that on, you press this button here. So currently the unit has 73% charge on it. Turn that off. Down here, you have the DC in. The max is 120 watt right there. So a single 100 watt solar panel would charge this. Over here you have the PD, it's a USB-C, max is 100 watt. Over here you've got an 18 watt USB, 2 of those. The power for that is right here. And then over here you've got the AC. This is a 1000 watt output max. So to turn that on is right here. Now if I push that button, you'll hear the fan kick on. As it's pushing power out, it'll turn on those fans as need be. Turning over to this side, it has 2 cooling fans. On the back, there's nothing. And over on this side, it just has the 4 vent holes there for the airflow whenever those fans are running. The bottom does have 4 rubber feet and a little decal that shows the information here of this unit. So the first thing to note is that the display is very basic. Whenever you push the display, it'll say 73% here for the battery. If you push the output, it's got out. It doesn't say DC or AC, it just says there's out. Turn it off there, and it will go back off. So basically, you just have indicators to show that the unit is on and that it has a percentage on the battery. I have a 100 watt solar panel that I want to test with this unit real quick. Let me go ahead and open this up here. It has a barrel plug. I'm just going to plug that into the input right there. All it says is in, and then it has the percentage. So I don't see an actual value for how much power is going in there. All right, so it's working. I'll leave that for a moment. This circular saw is going to pull about 700 watts when it first turns on, and then it's going to idle somewhere around 300 watts. So let me see if I can charge this. So power is going in. Turn on the output there. Now let's see if it will both charge and run this saw at the same time. The display did indicate that it had both input and output at the same time. So I can only assume that it is currently charging with the panel while operating. So let's go ahead and see if it will run something DC while charging at the same time. I just have a little speaker. I'm going to turn on the USB output down here. Plug this up. Made a nice connection. That's always appreciated. And then hook this up down here. Okay, I don't know if it shows up for you or not, but that light is on to indicate that it's charging. Okay, turn this back on here. Very good. DC and AC are being used at the same time. I've plugged up the power brick. Let's go ahead and charge this unit up fully. Now the battery in here advertises a 1021 watt hour capacity. So once this thing has reached 100%, we can then plug up something to it and watch this drop down to 50%, and we'll time to see how long it takes that to happen. So let's go ahead and just keep this plugged up for a while until it's reached 100%. It took a few hours for this to reach 99%, and now it has finally hit 100%. So now that we're at full, let's go ahead and do a discharge test on this unit. The CooFly power station is fully charged up. I have a 200 watt LED light, and also I've got 2 Bluetooth speakers and a flashlight. So all of this combined is going to be consuming somewhere between 200 and 230 watts. So I'm going to start the timer here, and we're going to see how long it takes, about 230 watts, to pull this down to the 50% mark on the battery. So I'm going to get my timer out here, and we will begin this test. All right, so let's go ahead and turn on AC here. Go ahead and start the timer on that, and then go ahead and plug these up. Now I just remember we only have 2 USB here, so we'll just do the speakers. This light kind of fluctuates between 200 and about 220, so I'm just going to call it 220 now on our output. So that's what our new value is going to be. And these speakers consume very little. All right, that red light's on, so it's charging. Okay, and that red light is also on, which this one's so bright you can't see a thing. All right, so we are at 100%. Stopwatch is going. We will return here in, I don't know, an hour and see what this percentage readout says right here. It's now been 1 hour and 58 minutes here on my stopwatch, and we're at 63%. So this thing is doing pretty good here with the 220-ish watts being pulled from this. This is putting out a lot of heat. Anyway, all right, so let's continue going to see what it looks like time-wise until we get down to 50%. Okay, I missed it by 1%. So it's 2 hours and 44 minutes here on the time. And we're now, 49%. So a little bit to go. These two stop charging. So the watt usage cut out a little bit. Whew, that thing is hot. All right, so this is a 1021 watt hour machine. So if the numbers work linearly, so let's say we had 1021, and that would be for an hour. So if we divide that by 2, then it would run 2 hours at 510 watts, I'm assuming, and then divide that by 2. So 4 hours, it would run 255 watts. And so we had this running about 200. So let's see, 1021 divided by 200, 5 hours or 5.1 hours is how long it would run that. So yes, I think this thing is spot on as advertised here, and doing quite well. So yeah, there we go. That's our discharge test on the CooFly 1000. My thoughts on this power station: it's a bit heavy, which you anticipate with the amount of battery in here. It did not kick on the fans whatsoever, running this 200 to 230 watts, which is also good. I guess it didn't overheat. So the thing that I like the least about this machine is that it has such a limited display. All it shows is the percentage and then in and out. So it'd be nice to know the watts being put back into the unit or being used, depending on charging or discharging. But if you're looking for a very straightforward, easy to use, basic machine, then this one right here will definitely fit that. The case seems to be well built, and there is one more thing I'd like to see. It has no light. So if you are camping with this, there's no LED light to turn on, and that would also have been nice in this unit. Other than that, everything seems to work just fine. It charged up my DC little speaker here, and then used the AC at the same time. And you were also able to charge and use the devices at the same time as well. So pretty good product. If you want to check this out, I'll have a link in the description down below, and give me a thumbs up, and also be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Seth with Land the House, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.